Alright, so with the original video, the first 30 seconds or so of the audio was all really screwed up. The rest of the audio was great, but yeah, I've got to film the intro again. So hello my mates of YouTube, my name is Aussie Marcel, the most luscious locks on YouTube, and in today's video, it's going to be one of my vlog style videos, more thoughts and feelings. So yeah, let's get right into it. I'm going to tell you what fragrance I was wearing today, and that is Karl Lagerfeld's Bois de Cedre. It's fresh, it's interesting, it's woody, sort of has like a little bit of a laundry detergent vibe, plus the bottle is just awesome looking. Yeah, it's another one of Lagerfeld's fragrances that has just surprised me. It's got like a really sort of realistic grapefruit note as well. I don't know, it's just really good for the warmer weather, although it is on the more overcast side today. Anyway, so today I had some stuff that I had to send my partner since she's moved back overseas, and like I put it all in a box. Ended up shipping that over. It cost 125 Australian, but I did opt for the express instead of the regular or the standard, just because it's you know, I felt I owed that much. You know, it's better to give someone the stuff that they would like quicker than have them wait for it. You know, I'm trying not to be you know, bitter about things, and you know, there are moments where I've let the sort of situation and some of the negativity in the situation get to me a little bit, and you know, you do kind of regret that stuff. But I don't know if there's ever been a person in history that's sort of gotten through a breakup from a very serious, beautiful relationship and has not had not a single moment of negativity about it, you know? Like, it just seems, I think I approached it as though, alright, what I'm going to do is, my mindset is just going to be 100% pure positivity, and I'm just going to let that carry me. But like, I'm still pretty young, you know, and I don't have enough years on my belt to really have that pure positive attitude regarding something like that. You know, there are undoubtedly negatives to things, and I think that's the problem, is trying so hard to shy away from the negatives. I pushed myself too far into trying to be positive and happy and whatever, but I just let my I let that positive mindset actually cloud the reality of the situation a little bit. And the reality of the situation is, it is a I think long term it is a positive, but I also see things like I see people say sometimes, I'll see it online for example, that, you know, somebody's put in your path and they walk beside you on that path. They don't have to be with you on the whole journey of that path. You know, it's a you know, sometimes people just aren't meant to be there for you for the entirety of the duration of your life, and I do believe that. I do believe that's true. It's not alcohol, by the way, I don't drink. It's vanilla Pepsi Max. Usually I don't drink soft drink, or if you're American or maybe from somewhere else in the world, you call it pop or soda, or I don't know, whatever you guys say when I hear you say it on TV or whatever. Here we call it soft drink because it's not hard drink. But yeah, you know, that sort of thinking about somebody not having to be with you on that specific path of yours, I think that's really wise and mature, and it's a positive way of looking at it, because it is true, not everybody is meant to be there with you throughout the entirety of your life. And you know, sometimes people be in your life and then they'll drift out of your life for a bit and then they'll drift back in, and maybe sometimes they do and maybe sometimes they don't, and who are we to sort of try and force somebody into our lives, you know? Like, human beings, we're so narcissistic and selfish when it comes to the relationships, our relationships with other people, when in reality what we should be doing is cherishing what we have while we have it, and if it lasts, then that's fantastic, and if it doesn't and people drift apart, then maybe that was meant to happen for at least a little while, and maybe they drift back together, and then maybe they don't, and that's the end of their journey together. So looking at things from that perspective is a positive, and I don't see any negativity coming from that. I mean, there are a few different ways you can handle any given situation. Maybe an infinity of different ways you can handle any given situation. And I'm a firm believer that if you're going to try and handle a situation, you try and do so causing as little harm as possible. And I'll be the first to admit that although I have handled this situation decently, it hasn't been perfect. And that's because I'm an imperfect person, and so is everyone watching this video. You know, there's not a person on the earth that can't claim to be perfect and handle every situation perfectly, and that's okay. That's just okay, and that's just our role that we play in life. We can't be expected to just, you know, we can't just be expected to have infinite foresight and, you know, then infinite positive hindsight when we reach the conclusion of something. It's just not the way that human beings act or think. But yeah, so I'm starting a new job, and that's, you know, I've already got a few jobs, and so I'm starting another new job, and that's going to give me an opportunity to, you know, experience some new things, meet some new people, and yeah, I'm genuinely looking forward to it. So that's something hugely positive on the horizon, and it may not be forever, because, you know, not anything, there's not a thing in life that's permanent, except the fact that, you know, life isn't permanent that we know of, I suppose, at least in, you know, the way things are right now, you know, in the mortal coil, so to speak. But yeah, so that's one positive that I'm looking forward to. My birthday's coming up in a couple of weeks. I didn't think that I would have to spend that on my own, but that's okay, because I've got a positive feeling about the rest of this year. I really do. And I don't know what the rest of this year is going to bring. I don't know who's going to be introduced into my life. I don't know who's going to be phased out of my life, and etc. ad infinitum. But I'm here for the journey. I'm here to just enjoy the experience. And yeah. So that's some thoughts that I'm having right now. I don't script any of these videos, by the way. Like, the only videos I've ever had any semblance of a script for were like my first two, maybe. Like the very first two videos on this channel, and everything else has just been completely off the cuff. And maybe quite a few of you can tell that. And maybe some point down the track I'll you know, work on scripts for videos, but that's just not how I do things. I like keeping things natural and a little more free form, and I find that people are at their creative peak when they're not beholden to a piece of paper that has words on it. So yeah, that's just some thoughts that I have today, and if you're at this point in the video, I really do appreciate you watching it. And until the next video, which I can almost guarantee is going to be a fragrance video. So until that point, my name is Aussie Marcel, the most luscious locks on YouTube, and I'll catch you guys around.